Hitting every single sports section around the world right now, it seems. Everywhere I look, I see it. It's certainly dominating the boxing world at the moment. According to boxing247.com, in quite the bold move, female warrior Amanda Serrano has vacated her WBC featherweight title as a result of the organization refusing to sanction 3-minute rounds in women's boxing. In October, in what marked the first time since 2007 that women fought as long and about as men, Serrano fought Danila Ramos in Orlando, Florida, and the fight was scheduled for and went the distance of 12 rounds with 3-minute rounds. Serrano's WBA, WBO, and IBF belts were all on the line, but the WBC belt was not. This, as the organization refused to okay 3-minute rounds on the grounds of, quote, health and safety concerns. Serrano, who won the 12-round decision in improving to 46-2-1, by the way, 30 knockouts, has now taken to social media to announce her decision to vacate the WBC title. She says the WBC has refused to evolve the sport for equality, so I am relinquishing their title. Thank you to the sanctioning bodies who have evolved for equality. If you want to face me in the ring, you have a choice. I've made mine. Moving forward, if a sanctioning body doesn't want to give me and my fellow fighters the choice to fight the same as men, then I will not be fighting for that sanctioning body. And this is quite the move from Serrano, as the story continues, and a clear sign of how committed she is to seeing 3-minute rounds in women's boxing. In vacating one of her world titles, Serrano may miss out on some big fights. However, as she wrote in her message, if you want to face me in the ring, you have a choice. Will potential opponents now choose not to face Serrano due to their concern to not agree to 3-minute rounds? Katie Taylor, who defeated Serrano in a great fight in April 2022, has said that she isn't too concerned about whether it's 2 or 3-minute rounds. Now that Serrano has made it clear she will only fight 3-minute rounds, might we not see a return fight between her and Taylor? Will the fact that Serrano is no longer the undisputed champion alter how many big fights she gets down the road? But credit goes to Serrano for literally putting her beliefs and her desire for equality in the sport first, before titles, before money. We must now wait and see how many fellow female fighters like Serrano's lead and demand 3-minute rounds in their bouts as well. So, quite a move, wouldn't you agree? Let's hear your comments. In other boxing news, we see that Kubrat Pulev is returning to the ring. The Bulgarian brute is going to face Poland's Andras Warwacki. Help me out here, Polish fans. At the hangar in Costa Mesa. Pulev's comeback will occur 17 months after a controversial split decision loss to Derek Chisora, a fight that took place in London, as you might recall. The man who Anthony Joshua stopped shows no signs of wanting to retire despite being 42 years of age. Warwacki aims to build on a first-round knockout earlier this year and upset Pulev. He's 36 years old, by the way, and has more time on his side, obviously, than Pulev. Anyway, it's going to be shown on Fight TV, which is owned by Triller. Remember that name? And $14.99 American will get you that fight. And did you know the other day it was Rocky Day in Philadelphia, and quite a few number of fans showed up to see Sylvester Stallone, who played that famous Philadelphia boxer, on the steps of the Art Museum where his statue, that very iconic statue, now resides. And he was there honoring the 47th anniversary of the release of the original 1976 film. Wow. Which I remember very well as a 16-year-old. Wow, very good movie. Sunday, December 3rd, it's Rocky Day. Stallone told his fans, some in Balboa fedoras, others in boxing robes and leather jackets, almost all with umbrellas, though, as it was a rainy day. Remarkably, he said, who would have believed it? Certainly none of the 13 schools I attended would have, nor the studios that rejected a feature film that won 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. He said, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart because we are very close to all of you all who, believe it or not, is the real life Rocky because you live your life on your terms. You try to do your best and keep punching. The celebration also included a grand opening of the Sly Stallone store inside the Parkway Visitor Center between the base of the stairs and the Rocky statue. So next time you're in Philadelphia for a fight, because there are many that go on there on a monthly basis, go check out his statue in his store and the fans that are hanging out. In other peculiar news, I got to say, 6 years after brain surgery, Eric Skogland wants one last fight. And is that a twist on words? Because this could be dangerous. Skogland almost lost his life in 2017 after a sparring session turned into quite a serious health situation, which required brain surgery. But, thankfully, he's obviously on the mend and actually wants to return to the ring and continue his life as a boxer. He is a bona fide fighter and once one of the most talented in Sweden. But over half a decade, on a day that could have been the end of his days, he's back in the gym, hoping to get back under the lights again. Is the guy mad? Anyway, let's move on. Opponent, Josh Kelly, who's about to face the South African Rorik Knapp. Rorik Knapp had to back out of that fight because of an injury. So Josh Kelly will now face Colombian knockout artist Placido Ramirez when he returns home to fight in Sunderland on December 16th. In his place, as I said, comes Ramirez, big punching 29-year-old. He's going to head to England next week, knowing he can catapult himself into the world title contention by wrecking Kelly's homecoming party. That's for sure. Interestingly enough, I can't believe the pundits, the boxing critics, they're out for Ryan Garcia, man. Ryan Garcia warned to stop using Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll. Ryan Garcia used a Floyd Mayweather staple in his comeback victory over Oscar Duarte, but has been warned against doing it in the future. The Golden Boy star stopped Duarte in 8 rounds to put himself in the mix for a world super featherweight title. However, plenty of those involved in the sport caught Garcia attempting the Mayweather trademark shoulder roll. Garcia's execution left a lot to be desired. He was then advised to remove it from his repertoire moving forward. What else are you going to say? Mark Maxeo, you might remember that name. Good boxer out of Philippines. Former WBC featherweight world champ Mark Maxeo, 24-2, by the way, returns to the ring on CBN Promotions' New Blood card, scheduled for upcoming December 9th. Magnifico fights at the Infinite Reality Studio in Long Beach, California, formerly known as Thunder Studios. Maxeo, hailing from Bohol, Philippines, will face Isaac Avalar. He's 17-6 from Mexico. So apparently, I mentioned last week that the WBA had created a new class. Anyway, this is to benefit small heavyweight fighters, they say. Smaller heavyweight fighters will benefit from not being matched with huge super heavyweights in the future. That's according to the WBA, which has defended its creation of an 18th weight class following the WBC's launching of the Bridgerweight division in 2020. The WBA has announced a super cruiserweight division. Like the WBC, fighters weighing in between 200 to 224 pounds will be invited to participate. There's no one I've spoken to who likes, enjoys, follows the Bridgerweight division. So anyway. Lastly, I want to tell you that the U.S. Olympic team is not only going through its team trials at the moment, those team trials are going to be actually streamed on Peacock, a division of NBC TV. So it's good to see boxing back in the limelight, especially those youngsters who are vying for a position on Boxing USA's team. 13 boxers who will win their weight class on the weekend will advance to the high performance selection camp in January, where they'll be among the few selected to compete for spots on the U.S. Olympic team competing in Paris next summer. Due to their strong finishes at the vaunted 2023 Pan American Games, Team USA has already pre-selected 5 boxers for Paris 2024. Let's mention a couple of women here who we might hear in the future after the Olympics are over. Jaijara Gonzalez in the 60 kilogram division. Jamal Harvey in the men's 57 kilogram division. Jennifer Lozano in the women's 50 kilogram category. Morel McCain in the women's 66 kilogram category. And Joshua Edwards in the men's 92 plus kilogram category. The best boxers in America will be competing this weekend for the chance to represent their country on the biggest stage in international athletics. On the men's side, 2022 elite national champions Dedrick Coughlin and Jordan Roach, as well as 2-time youth national champion Benjamin Johnson, are all expected to step into the ring on the weekend, as I say, televised on Peacock. On the women's side, by the way, defending U.S. Olympic trials champion and 4-time national champion Lupe Gutierrez headlines the field. Additionally, 2022 Youth World Champion Yoselin Perez, 2-time Youth National Champion Sarai Brown-L, and 2021 Junior Pan American Champ Kayla Gomez are all expected to compete as well this weekend. So good stuff as we warm up for the Olympics. I'm sure we'll have more news from other countries and their teams moving forward. But I want to bring that item to your attention. As I'm sure a lot of people are aware in their home country that the Olympics are around the corner, a few months away, quite frankly. And so a lot of teams have been selected. And it's going to be an exciting Olympic event for boxers, and hopefully not the last, because I don't believe they've sorted out that mess between the IBA and World Boxing with respect to who's going to represent boxers at the Olympics as an organization. That if you're a betting man or woman, you'd probably roll with World Boxing, despite the fact that IBA certainly has a strong foothold and is certainly recognized by many countries and their teams around the world. It seems to me like World Boxing has the appreciation at the moment of the IOC and their administration. So that's it for me today. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll see you later on at 4 p.m. when I join Mike Orr for his show Knuckle Up. And then you can see me again 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow for another edition of Boxing News Today. Thank you.